All right, so again, we have a quadratic equation. We just got to plug it into the quadratic formula. So again, what's A? Can somebody tell me what A is? Remember, it's written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So it looks like that. Yep, A is 2. What about B? What's B? Negative 2. Good, good, good. Good stuff. All right, now what's C? Very good. Good. Who can tell me the formula off the top of their head? Uh-oh. It's written on your paper. I don't care if you look at your paper. Look at this guy. Negative B. Okay. Plus or minus. Square root. Very good. B squared. Yep. 4AC. What? Over 2A. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. All right, so I'm going to say negative, B is negative 2, plus or minus the square root of negative 2 squared. Mr. Adams has to put that in the parentheses, okay? Minus 4 times A, which is 2, times C, which is negative 9. All over 2 times A, which is 2. So then we have x is equal to positive 2 plus or minus, what's negative 2 squared? 4. Positive 4, right? And just in case you guys are wondering, you got to think this through, right? So negative 2 squared is the same as negative 2 times negative 2 equals 4. So that's where this comes from. All right. 4 times 2 is 8, right? So this is like negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 9 is a positive 72. All right. All over 2 times 2, which is 4. So then in the next step, I've got 2 plus or minus the square root of 76 all over 4. Now, if I look at my answers, they all say the square root of 19. What does that tell you? Yeah, something. You figured out what it is, but something goes into it 19 times. So I can take my calculator and I could say 76 divided by 19, and it's 4. So what that means is this whole thing can be rewritten as x is equal to 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 times the square root of 19 all over 4. So we're gonna bring that up here, and that is x is equal to 2 plus or minus 2 root 19, and I'm going to do this over 4 over 4. Actually, no, I'm not going to do it that way. I can, but I looked at the answers and they're all over 2. So that's over 4. Notice that my answers are all over 2, right? So that means, do you see that? How every answer, the fraction, the denominator is 2? See this? It's because they simplified it. So over here, I need to simplify this. But when I simplify a fraction, I got to think about the top. So what I got to do is I've got to factor a 2 out of both terms in the top. So I'm going to think about it like this. I'm going to say 2 times What do I multiply 2 by to get 2? 1. What do I multiply 2 by to get 2 root 19? Root 19 all over 4. Now, if you're wondering what the heck is Mr. Adams doing, I want you to think about this. If I push this through, what's 2 times 1? 2. What's 2 times the square root of 19? 2 root 19. Okay? So this I factored out a 2. Now what that allows me to do, what does 2 over 4 reduce down to? Well, if I divide this by 2, I get 1. If I divide this by 2, I get 2. So my final answer is 1 plus or minus the square root of 19 all over 2. Do I have one of those choices over here? C, isn't it? Does that make sense? Let me zoom out so you can see all my work here. Now, how can I double check this? I could plug it in my calculator. So I'm going to take my calculator. I want you guys to grab your calculator and do this along with me. So clear out the screen. See this button right here that says program? Hit program. Right now we only have one program programmed in the calculator. It says quad formula. Now the only thing it does is it does this math for us. Okay? In fact, watch this. If I show you the program, this is the whole program, and all it does is it plugs in B where B is supposed to go, it plugs in A where A is supposed to go, and it just does the math. That's it. That's all it does. So anyways, let me exit out of that. And we'll go back. So you're going to choose program quad form, then hit enter again, and it'll say, what's A? Well, A was 2. What's B? -2. You got to use the negative sign. If you get an error, it's because you used the minus sign. And then C was -9. And that's the answer I get. Now, how do I verify that I did the right work? Because I have it written in exact form. And these are what we would call, well, I'm not sure if it's rounded or not, but we would call this an approximation most times. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it is. Well, I just plug it in how I see it. So my numerator would be 1 plus the square root of 19. And close that off. Make sure your screen looks like mine. Divided by 2. That's one of the answers. Right? Then I'm going to do 1. Whoops, I got to put it in parentheses. 1 minus the square root of 19. Right cursor, close, divided by 2. That's the other answer. Okay? So as long as those match up, then I've done the work correctly. And we'll just take a little screenshot of that. And that's how I verify it. I don't know where it's going to fit. We'll make it real skinny. We'll make it real small. We'll put it right up here. Okay? And that's how you do that one.